How is it possible for me to be in this situation without a job, doing what I want in the deep jungle of Northern Thailand for many years? I wish I could be that guy who gives you a straight answer and a way to achieve financial independence, freedom, and how to escape the matrix, so I could sell you my online course. The reality is, I do not have a method or a strong plan, but my life is more about taking chances, being determined, and relying on a little bit of magic and trust in the universe. So, why am I living my life like this? Maybe my brain is wired differently. Maybe I was running away from something when I left my home country. Or maybe I just enjoy living fully. I love to read about philosophy, but to put it simply, I know for sure and accept the fact that this life, this time I was given, will end one day. I only have a certain amount of time in this life, and I was never ready to let go of most of it in exchange for money. Worrying about accumulating money until I have enough to retire, and then worrying about my health was never my plan. This is my mentality and how I concretely manage my life. To keep living like this, and by the way, I have not always been living in the jungle of Thailand, but my lifestyle has remained consistent for the past 15 years, just in different places. One of our main activity consists to keeping the buffalo away by taking care of simple fence like this using barbed wire, trees, bamboo. But the land is so vast that we have to go around and find from where the buffalo came in. I used to go from job to job until I was about 20 years old, when I saved my first good amount of money and started hustling and living on my own terms. I went from digitalizing media, making websites, walking dogs, and many more ventures. It was the beginning of a new era. I was not in a job anymore. My personality was expressing itself, and it was enough to get by. Gaia is cutting this tree that you can use to make fence, and slowly we will replace the fence with an organic one. But first they need to dry for 2 days before we can plant them. I was able to see more opportunities and started to learn more and more, faster and faster. I needed three principal things for this lifestyle: skills, passion, and ironically, money. First of all, skills are your biggest asset. I try to choose skills that follow my interests and will lend me work, not jobs. These are skills that I believe are useful in every location and most situation possible. Skills that will save me money in everyday life and that I believe will be relevant in the future, like farming and producing my own quality food. These skills come by themselves through necessity and are not really my conscious choice, but more of a result of trial and error. I like building and creating, so I learned how to fix houses. It turns out most people have houses, and it is a skill that can be used everywhere in the world. I think the most important skill that everyone should have is sell. You sell everything in life, and if you want to work for yourself, you need to be able to sell yourself. The skill is essential no matter what you do. You can sell through the manipulation of people's feelings and emotion. That is how they told me when I had a job as a car salesperson, and I hated that. To be able to sell, I need to believe that what I sell is good for the buyers. And selling a car at double the price because of the fees and interest to someone who can't afford it, it was not possible for me. Now, I sell myself as a trustworthy person. How do I sell myself as a trustworthy person? By being trustworthy for real, being open, sincere, and honest. I am not the best, but I come with the best intention. I sell myself to find work renovating houses. People will often let me stay in their house, sometimes use their car, and in only 3 months, I can make enough money for the rest of the year because it is not a job, it is work. The difference is I do not work for a corporate business. I do not need to follow the 50-hour work week with 2 weeks off per year. This is the way at the moment for me to get the freedom that I choose. Passion is what makes you continue. It gives you trust in the universe. Passion drives me to take the risk to live my life the way I want. You can develop passion by doing, experiencing life as much as possible. This is the way I learned to know myself better. I made so many mistakes and put myself in so many situations I hated and did not want to be in that I learned what I do not want. It is probably easier that way than to find what you really want. What I really wanted came by itself afterward, and I'm still discovering it. Now, this might sound contradictory, but to live without much money, I need money. More precisely, savings. Every time I make money, I pay myself first, 10%. This is very important to me. I will pay my 10% before anything else, even food. Beyond that, every time I want or need to spend money, I think about it a lot and see if I could spend less or avoid spending. What I can save that way also goes into my savings. I try to have 1 year of living expenses in advance, mixed with 3 skills that can earn me money or save me money. That way, when something goes wrong or everything goes wrong, it gives me more than enough time to fall back on my feet. Every time I make a mistake, every time a venture doesn't work, I always learn, and it makes the next one easier. I came to a point where I have been through so much and lived so much experiences that an uncertain future does not scare me much anymore. In the end, my journey isn't about a neat method or a step-by-step plan.
Your bike is terrible.
It's about embracing skills, passion, and a bit of financial savvy to live freely and authentically. I've learned to prioritize experiences over material wealth, navigate life's uncertainties, and grow from every challenge. Remember, true freedoms come from daring to live on your own terms. Keep learning, stay passionate, and forge your own path with confidence.